Into recording.
Hey,
There.
hey, buddy, how's it going? I gotta do something about this droid cam. I should
Yeah.
set up IV cam and get the full experience.
I like it. I've been enjoying it. I think it's a good I think it's a good. I think it's good. So all right. So we ready to start? Because it's already almost 7. And if I'm gonna get Sam to play with me after we record, we're gonna have to get this started so we can
Ew, I don't
finish.
play with you.
Okay, fine. I'll just play with myself then.
I know you're really good at it.
Ooh, she watches a lot, obviously, just to know that. She's impressed with your masturbatory techniques.
Oh, I assumed she meant my hunter. She meant my hunter.
We are mere casuals.
Okay, so
We're mere casuals.
oh, Sam's gonna introduce us. Sam, introduce us today.
I did. We're mere casuals, focusing on season of Discovery.
Is that a question or a statement?
No, I don't talk well. That
you
is
you
me
gotta
talking.
say it with conviction.
And in the right order.
You gotta be confident of who we
Hello,
are
what's
and
the
what we
right
do
order?
here. We are mere casuals.
A
World of Warcraft podcast.
focusing on season of Discovery.
A World of Warcraft
PvP server.
seasonal server. It is a PvP server, though. I guess you're right. And you are
Sam / half
What-
calf.
yeah.
I'm not even Rolaren anymore.
Well, I mean, no. I guess you're not really Rolaren anymore. You're part-time fat cow.
No, I'm focusing on half calf right now.
So you're a World of Warcraft player focusing on half calf the druid.
Yes.
And I'm Josh / some spelling of Will Riker. Can't remember which one. We don't talk about the others.
All right.
Birdo. We don't talk about
And
that.
Not you. I mean my other characters.
I'm Alan / I've been Notagog this week, essentially.
Oh yeah, that's true. You haven't been Okona in a while either, have you?
No. I touched
We
upon
just got-
Ulysses a little bit. So on Ulysses, I got the Shadow Resist pot, and I can make that, and I can make free action, so we can actually we'll talk more about why we need those in the podcast.
Yes, it's a secret. Sam wants to start the discussion on those reasons.
Sure.
What? No, I just want to. What? No. Continue.
We'll let you get into that. We'll let you get into that whole thing. And that's with Notagog is the shaman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've all kind of settled on our favorite class, I think. Would you say shaman's your favorite class, Al?
Well, I like the rogue, Okona.
Like
But
season of
shaman,
discovery wise.
Yeah, I've gone to shaman. More is a necessity, but I'm not being used for that necessity anymore. Although I feel like maybe I should jump into it a little bit more, be more tankish.
Well, here's the thing. Anything we do with just the 3 of us,
Just the three of
we
us.
could use you tanking.
Yep. Yeah. So, and it kind of, after watching you, I just like, do I want to do another Pike Creek?
A hunter?
Yes.
A hunter.
See, I had that.
But
I
then I'm
have the
just
hunter
copying
on. Say that again.
But then I'm just copying you.
No, you're not
No,
copying
you're
me. I
testing
did
out all
not.
classes.
I did not invent hunter. I am not the original hunter. I am copying countless others who went before me. I just decided that I wanted to play my hunter
Master
after
it,
leveling.
But you know what? I'm just doing it for the numbers. I don't want to do it for the numbers. Screw it. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Do it for whatever's fun. Like whatever is going to be the most fun for you. Play that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Because I'll work really, 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 really hard on it, and then
Yeah.
I will look, and you'll still be double me. So it's like, okay, enough of this.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to disagree with you or not.
Well,
I won't
no,
be double. I feel like you could. I'll let you talk.
Well, okay, so I'll say what I'm gonna say. You say what you're gonna say. I have a feeling that. I mean, you are definitely a better player. I mean, there's no. It's not me. Self. What's the word I'm
Deprecating?
looking for? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a fact. It's a fact, and there's no. It's a game. And there's no sense in being upset about it. Better than me. Okay. What were you gonna say?
Is as much as that might possibly be true, Hunter, particularly Melee Hunter in Season of Discovery. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Melee Hunter. So Melee Hunter, particularly in Season of Discovery, is extremely uncomplicated. Like it's a rotation that anyone can do, really. Like it's not difficult. It's like 3 buttons at most, and that's if you're using the button you don't even really need to use. So like
Wasn't that always the fact?
I think
about,
we would just do fine. What?
wasn't always the fact about hunters?
I don't know. I've never played a hunter before.
Press this, press this. If they come at you, feign death.
But this is melee as well, so you don't even have to worry about range and melee weaving and all that other stuff that can make a ranged hunter better. You're just melee. You're just right up there in stuff's face, smacking it, and it's just crazy damage.
So that dead zone is dead to you.
There's no such thing as a dead zone because I barely shoot. When I hit 40, I went to the Fletcher, the Bowyer, the vendor that sells arrows, and I bought my quiver's worth plus 3 stacks of jagged arrows, and I still have a full quiver of jagged arrows left.
Yeah.
Because I open a fight with a shot, and then I run in and I don't shoot anymore.
Yeah. Quiver? We don't need no stinking quivers. I'll tell you, with that new rune, there's going to be a lot of Bowyer Fletchers going out of business. You're going to see some doors closed in Orgrimmar.
That's the thing I'm debating because bag space is such a giant pain in the butt as a hunter. I'm debating just ditching the quiver.
Ditch it.
And just throwing in an extra journeyman's bag or whatever the 12 slot bag is.
Wouldn't 1 stack of arrows just do you fine?
1 stack of arrows would last me a full day. Because I pull with my bow and that's about it. So I could probably take 4 or 5 stacks of arrows, throw it in a 12 slot bag. I wouldn't have the bow haste, but I'm not using my bow for DPS, so it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah,
I could just be like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
But
which is kind of weird because on my rogue I'm running out of arrows faster than I ever did before.
Well, with that shoot to the face or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Between the eyes. The only thing that I question, just because I've never played a hunter before and I don't know, is will it auto load my ammo out of my bag?
Yes.
Because you know how like you load your ammo with the kind of ammo you're using. You load it once, and then it just automatically draws the next stack from your quiver. Does that work if it's just sitting in your bag as well?
Yes.
Does it for sure?
Well, actually,
can you say that louder?
Yes.
Sam,
what was the question?
Sam, if I don't have a quiver,
yes,
and I have like 3 or 4 stacks of arrows, will it, once I run out of the stack that I've put in my ammo slot, will it auto load the next stack because it's not in a quiver?
I don't know. You haven't tested it.
Okay, so
I think so.
What does Al think? Let's see what Al thinks.
What do I think? So, I know that I've run out of things when I've had different type.
Hold on, I'm going to try and turn you up in Discord because you're like really quiet. I got you at max. You're like really quiet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're quiet-ish. I mean, I shouldn't say really quiet, but you're relatively quiet.
I mean, I'm not talking quietly. I've not messed with my settings.
That feels a little better. Okay, so what were you saying?
Maybe if you change, like if you have to change, I don't know. If you have to change which arrow it is, maybe. But I don't know for sure.
Well, I can't imagine having to change what arrow it is very often.
No, I'm pretty sure if the arrow is in, like, you know how you're in your character select in that one spot?
Yeah.
As long as it's in there, it'll shoot from wherever.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll test it out. I'll ditch my quiver temporarily. I'll throw it in my bank, and I'll grab another bag. I think I've got some bags. I've had so many farming in Scarlet Monastery. I've had so many 12 slot bags drop.
Can you send me one?
I've been selling them. I just sell them for 3 gold each on the auction house.
Rude.
So just to attach to what Sam said. Is that yes? That's why I meant when you put it into the sleeve that to
Into the
shoot,
ammo slot. Yeah.
as long as you have the same arrow. Now, if you run out of razor arrows and all you have left are rough arrows, there's no rough arrows in that slot. So
I
that's
plan
when
on
I think
using
you have.
neither of those. I'm on to jagged arrows.
It's,
Ooh.
it's an example, buddy. It's an example. But if you have to change the style of arrow, I think you have to load that new style into the.
No, you do for sure. Even when it's a quiver, you do.
Yeah, but if you have a bag full of arrows, it doesn't matter whether it's in a quiver or a bag, or if you've stuck it somewhere that it's going to need to be disinfected when it comes out. It's
I am
gonna
100% going to have to test that out later because I feel like, well, we've skipped on my agenda that I quickly wrote up before I turned on Craig. Sounds kind of gross. Turned on Craig. He's not a real person though. I had
sound gross,
melee.
kind of cool.
I had melee hunter is crazy as the last item on my list, but I feel like we're talking about that now. So melee hunter is crazy though. Like I'm legitimately worried that they're gonna nerf it just to nothing, and I'm gonna have to be sad.
Did you see Star Surge?
I saw that they nerfed Star Surge. Yeah,
That's what they better
after a
get. Well, nerf your
after a
hunter.
full phase though, they left Star Surge crazy for all of phase 1.
Yeah, I logged in and I shot one at something and I went, oh, that's thoroughly unimpressive.
Yes, so I made my second druid, right? On my second account that I plan on like tagging along and auto following as a healer. And I went and I had him summoned. I ran my warlock over. I got Sam to follow me. I paid some random guy for an extra click, and I got Star Surge on my level 1 druid like the day that they nerfed it the first time. And then they nerfed it again, and my druid's only like level 11, and I was like, I'm gonna level with Star Surge. This is gonna be crazy. And it's just not anymore. It's basically like Moonfire now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little better than Moonfire, but
it's
unfair.
Season of Discovery. They should just keep things the way they've kept them.
Season
we
of
want to be
Depressing,
crazy.
more like it.
People
We
are
want to be
probably
crazy.
complaining about it.
That's the thing. People complain. Like if, like, say for example, like pretend you're not a hunter, right?
That's okay. That's gonna be rough, but I'll try.
So your first reflex, of course, as a WoW player, is to complain that hunters are good. Because what are you, a shaman?
Yes.
You don't want hunters to be good. You want shamans to be good. So
I just
what is
wanna be
the
able to
reflex?
solo something.
The reflex is to go, well, yeah, but my hunter being able to solo something and your shaman not. Obviously the solution to that is to go onto Twitter and Reddit and the WoW forums and demand that hunters be torn down from their pedestal. Because you, as a person who is not a hunter, the hypothetical you, I'm not accusing you of this, Al. I'm accusing other people of this. People who are not hunters take it upon themselves to make sure that Blizzard does not leave hunters powerful, because that just can't stand. Their class has to be the best class. Like there's been a lot of warrior whining because warriors
supposed to be like the top.
Warriors have always been the top in Classic because they scale so well with gear and world buffs and etc. and so on and etc. and so on. But in Season of Discovery,
Are you thirsty?
kind of. In Caesar of Discovery, warriors have not been at the top, and warriors hate that. They cannot handle it. It is the worst thing that has ever happened. So they whine about it nonstop. They want everyone who is not a warrior taken down a peg. They want all of the bosses in Nomeron to be reworked and have their armor lowered because you guys don't understand. Like, they have high armor. We can't do a bunch of damage to them. Like, do you not understand how terrible it is to be a warrior? How much it hurts to not be the top DPS by a large margin? Like, I don't know how they live.
Yeah, so what you're saying is they had the same armor they had before.
More or less, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Scaled up to be a raid, but yeah, mechanical stuff's always had high armor.
All right, how's that?
I can hear you clearly now.
Did I get a lot louder?
You got a little louder, yeah.
Okay, something was wrong with my mic. I just fixed it. So hopefully we didn't miss out on too much. At the beginning, if you don't hear me, I said stuff.
So, that aside, what have you been up to this week, Al?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about this? When do you want to do the news? Do you want to get that
Well,
done and over with?
let's start with the news. Let's do the news first, get it out of the way, because otherwise I'm going to forget that news is a thing, because I always forget that news is a thing.
Right. So I'm just going to go back at some of the things that I think we've missed because we don't get them like normal. I'll probably look that up again because the data mining seems to be out. But there was some hot fixes done February 14th. So that's 4 days ago. Druid fixed an issue. They fixed some issues. If you want, I can list them off or we can just go on. But
For
um,
Druid?
yeah, Druid was. I'm only going to talk about the things that really would affect us. But Berserk was not discounting the energy cost of abilities learned from runes such as Savage Roar, Sunfire, and Skull Bash. So they fixed that. Star Surge visual corrected to not hit the caster as well as the target because that would be a shame.
But that's just the
Savage,
visual thing. It wasn't actually
yeah,
hitting the caster, right?
yeah. No, it wasn't. Savage Roar visual no longer has a challenging roar animation attached to the cast. Oh no!
See, I never
And
noticed any of these problems.
Eclipse now properly reduces spell pushback on Wrath and Starfire. I didn't know about that. Apparently, something else was overshadowing that in my memory.
Hmm.
Get it eclipsed.
So it like eclipsed it.
Yeah. There's a few bugs with priests. We have priests.
No.
I
Yeah.
have a priest. I just haven't been playing him since phase 2 started.
I'll fix the bug that caused Void Plague to benefit more from spell power than intended. Made it possible.
Oh,
Fix the
so
bug
it's
that made
like
it
a nerf.
possible. Yeah. Fix the bug that made it possible for a priest to place 2 copies of Renew on a target. Shaman. Power Surge gained during a Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt, or Chain Lightning cast will no longer be consumed by that cast since it does not benefit.
So that's a good thing.
Yes.
That sounds like an answer I should have a very quick answer to. I don't know what Power Surge is.
It's probably. Is it one of your
It might.
runes?
It could be. Maybe it's a future rune. I don't. We'll look into it. But it sounds cool.
I
Warlock.
haven't played a shaman yet, so.
Fix an issue with fears rank 2 and 3, not changing into menace properly while metamorphosis is active.
Ooh.
Fix an issue where Dance of the Wicked was given an incorrect amount of mana back.
Ooh. I wonder if it was too much or too little.
Don't know. If I'm going to say it was too little, probably. Nomragon, Electrocutioner 6000. You can no longer outrange or use line of sight to prevent the cast or chain effect of Static Arc.
Oh no, I don't know what that does.
Yeah, we will. We will. Mechanical Menagerie. The fight now resets properly if one of the bosses was in self-repair mode when the fight resets. And Rig Wars. Thermoplug Safe will now spawn under one of the bomb dispensers after defeating Mech-Engineer Thermoplug.
Mech-Engineer?
Yeah. So they did a few other hot fixes. Something with, I guess there's a problem with charge. Anybody discover any problems with charge?
Like warrior charge?
Yeah, if you have an issue with charge, go ahead and read it.
I haven't played my warrior since phase 1, early phase 1, so didn't know there was an issue with it.
Yeah. There's a bunch of hot fixes on classes, not hot fixes, class tuning. Incoming, which is posted 3 days ago, so it might be there. I don't know. That's for Druid, Shaman, Mage, and Paladin for Season of Discovery. So there's a
Pause
bunch of
for a second.
fixes.
All right, so start that sentence, whatever you're saying, over again.
So the next bit of news is class tuning incoming for Druid, Shaman, Mage, and Paladin. Which are we
So
play
more
most of that
tuning?
stuff. Yeah. So go ahead and read that. The link is in our Mirror Casuals Discord. Discord me/Mirror Casuals.
Ooh, we got that in early this episode.
Now, do we
Yeah.
still have a rested experience code? Do people still use that?
We do. Somebody signed up with our code recently.
No.
The Shaman, the dual wield specialization rune, now provides 50% bonus damage to my offhand weapon swings. Yippee!
What was it doing before?
Kaye.
50% less.
Oh.
The
Nice.
Lava Lash now gains 50% increased damage if Flame Tongue weapon is imbued on your offhand, which I should always have on there.
Yes,
And the
you
proc
should.
chance
Or else
of
Lavalash does nothing, right?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, no, it doesn't do much. Proc chance of Maelstrom weapons is now roughly 50% higher than when your main hand weapon or your two-hand weapon is imbued with Wind Fury. So I usually go in with Wind Fury and Flame Tongue.
So main hand, Wind Fury, offhand, Flame Tongue.
Yeah, the druid things that change because Sam, you play your druid, right? That's your healer.
Yep.
He does.
Yeah, there's no healing changes. There's a few other things. If you're interested, I can say them out here, or we can read them later. And there's nothing on here about
You know
wait,
why there's no healing
Hunter.
changes?
Reducing the amount of damage hunters do by 4,000%. Okay.
Hey, I read the changes. I know there was no hunter changes. But like I was saying, do you know why there's no healing druid changes?
No.
Because the druids that are loud online are feral druids.
Gotcha.
They make
It's
changes
slippery.
to the noisy. They respond. The WoW developers respond so much to the
Especially to
loudest portion of players.
especially to the feral players.
To any of them, there's player they listen too much to
Should
their
I complain?
players. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think the WoW developers should listen less and just kind of go with their gut a little more, because it's like whiplash it's impossible to please the WoW community. Like, it's literally
Yeah.
impossible because everybody
Just give
wants
us
something different.
Yeah, just give us something and then go away and let us play with it.
Yeah.
Subjugate Demon had a hot fix because apparently you could enslave Warlock.
I heard that.
That's
funny.
hilarious. So they changed it to so Subjugate Demon against players is down from 5 minutes to 10 seconds with diminished returns following suit.
Wait. You could subjugate a player for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, when I heard, I thought it was like priest mind control, like 10 or 15 seconds or something. I didn't know it was 5 minutes. So were people just walking around with like PC pets?
I wish I hope there's some YouTube videos. I want to see some of that.
Because that's just wild.
I
I
sent
hope
you.
that's what was happening. I really hope that's what was happening.
Yeah. I was just going to tell you, I sent you a picture of Chief Engineer Scooty, but he has nothing to do with his next bit of news. I just thought of him because Riz Zizix, the lost and found dude, the Goblin transponder has been added to him. So if you lose it, you can grab it. Now that is something that you need to use the transporter with Chief Engineer Scooty, which I showed you a picture because you haven't
I
seen him
didn't
before.
know existed until very recently.
Yes, but you'll be happy he's there now, especially if we start doing Gnomeregan.
I feel like I guess I'll be happy if I go to Nomeron, but if
Do you
no one
hate
had
it that
told me he
much?
existed, I would never have known. What?
Yeah.
Do you hate it that much that you won't even go?
Well, no, I mean as a guild, we had like 7 people on at once, which is like a new high for us, which means we're still not at 10, but that's still good.
All right.
So maybe Nomeron someday.
Gnomeregan.
Yes.
All right. So list of dungeons available in phase 2. We have Ragefire, Wailing, Deadmine, Shadowfang, Stockade. So those are a given. We don't have Black Fathom Deeps because it's a raid. We don't have Gnomeregan because it's a raid. Scarlet Monastery, RFK, Oldemon, RFD are what's available. Maradon, which is level 42 to 52, but 30 is required to enter, and Zul'Farrak, 39 is required to enter. You cannot enter.
You can't enter Zul'Farrak?
You cannot enter Zul'Farrak.
Oh, well, there goes my plan. Me and Sam were going to go down once she got closer to 40, and we're going to farm in there.
Yeah, I know. I heard that the other day. But
Well,
I
that's
mean, go ahead and give it
annoying.
a try just in case they're lying. But yeah, so
Well, I
basically,
mean, I was told all through phase 1 that SM was closed and apparently Graveyard was open. So
yeah, but Zul'Farrak is just a one shot. It doesn't have wings.
still,
But we've done
do I
Scarlet.
believe people?
Yeah, we've done most of Scarlet. We need to do RFK one more time. Then we can start hitting Oldemon. It's your favorite one, I know.
Hate it.
Razor
Although
Fen
I was
Downs.
thinking of going there just
Without us?
no. I mean, I can't solo bosses in Alderman.
Yeah,
You
Oldemon would
try.
be cool. There's still things I need out of the other ones, and I'd like to get some of the quests done for RFK, but
We need to
Scarlet, yeah, we
do
got some good dungeons.
we need to do a full SM. We need to finish Cathedral.
I haven't even done library.
Did you not? Oh yeah, I guess you weren't with us when we did library.
Oh, why can't she say that? Okay, anyway. I'm not going to read this, but there is a best in slot gear guide on Wowhead Phase 2, Season of Discovery. The link is you can
I actually
access it.
I read that for Hunter the other day
Nice. There's a whole
because
bunch
I was
there. I don't
trying to
want to
figure out what
it.
I needed to be looking for.
And the most latest one, you ready? Class tuning incoming for priests, not hunter. So they just said they're going to change Mind Spike, Void Plague, and Shadow Word Death.
Nice. I don't
Again,
even know what those things are.
now, I'd like to switch from Season of Discovery news. Let's head over to a little bit of World of Warcraft hardcore news.
Why?
Because I'll
No,
let
no,
Al
no, no,
say
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
I'm letting
So
Al say it.
I was asking a question.
what is that? What is that saying? Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it, or did I just bastardize it?
Yes.
Yes for one or yes for two?
I'm pretty sure you messed it up a little bit, but I get the idea.
Okay, so Teeny Violin, the fifth horseman for Naxxramas, was allowed back into the same guild and got put into a position of being able to eliminate a lot of players from hardcore WoW in
Now he used a
1840.
different name.
Oh, they must have heard him talk. I heard his voice and was like, "Oh wow, was that the wrong corner?" I'm like, "Okay, you got to be fucking kidding me. They let you back." And he
Um,
used the I beam to wipe out a lot of players, and the
I know.
players were not
I
happy.
saw the video.
Oh,
People
I'm
are
sad,
crying
but I
about it, but
love it.
it's hilarious. I
It's
find it funny. I'm gonna find it funny every single time it happens.
Yeah, it's funny because Tiny Violin, if you look up 6 months ago, he put out a video, which is about within a month of his first incident, and he's like Teeny Violin on crying about your tunes or something like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. But I did sneak into his stream after the first incident, and he seemed a little bit maniacal, kind of psychotic. So I was just kind of curious if he's still being maniacal and so like he thinks he's a god, but it's still kind of funny.
Oh yeah, everybody basically agrees that he's insane and probably mentally ill. But it's still funny. Like
Everybody's
honestly, hardcore players need to get over themselves.
you hear the players are going, "You're a fucking asshole." Just tell them off. It's
And he
hilarious.
is. And nobody likes him. Nobody has to like him.
Who is this?
It's the guy that he wiped another hardcore raid.
Oh.
It's the guy, well, he didn't wipe them. It's the guy that
Half of them.
did the four horsemen thing.
He it's how do you not okay, even if he's under a different name, how do you not hear that voice? Or you know
I
what?
don't know.
You know,
Honestly, they
if you're
bring
in the
this
hard
upon themselves.
if you're in the hardcore elite guild, follow him and watch his stream and make sure he's not doing stuff in your guild. If you don't know what his name is, check him out. I'm sure he probably streams. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But
Yeah, I feel like letting the same guy that's already done this to you once back into your guild, like that's got to be on them a little bit. I agree.
I woke up this morning to that and I was delightfully surprised. I mean, I had another 7 followers on YouTube. That's great, but I was delightfully surprised to see that there.
Yeah, I have no pity because when you play
That's,
hardcore, you're making a choice
yeah.
to put
So
yourself in that position,
that is
and
why I wanted to cover the news first.
yeah, you can't expect to never die, and you can't expect to never have somebody else impact your gameplay. Although I do find it funny because do you remember last week when I was going on my PvP rant about how I find it very frustrating that I want to get on this game and sometimes I just want to be able to play, but it is in other people's hands. They have the power to completely ruin my day.
Yeah.
And the general consensus, how people feel about that is suck it up, it's part of the game. Or, I mean, I suppose don't play on a PvP server, but basically it's we don't care. But the pushback against this guy is it's unfair that he should be able to do this thing to ruin other people's days. That was the exact wording in one of the posts I read, and I was like, it's funny that they worded it that way because that's the way I worded my thing. And nobody cares about my thing.
It's well, you know what? You gotta. That is long-term planning. Hence the psychopathy part, but that is devotion and
Oh,
long-term planning.
it is. That's what I was thinking. Not to give this guy any more attention than he should have, because I mean I'm pretty sure he's doing it for the attention. But I think
He
people
can, yeah.
overlook the fact that this guy has done this with multiple warriors on hardcore servers, leveling up to max level, getting pre-bis, getting into a raid group, raiding with them regularly, gaining gear, and getting to the point where you're at this kill, because he did it on Cthulhu. They're not going to
Yep.
let a fresh 60 in on a Cthulhu kill. Like
No, I mean, you have
this is a
to
guy,
get past
like
him.
he's probably been working on this since the last time he did this. Like what, months ago? 6 months ago, 8 months ago?
7 months ago,
Like
I saw the videos were posted.
the level of absolutely like psychotic devotion that this guy has to his cause is kind of unsettling. Like you gotta think to yourself, it's a good thing that this guy has decided to express his violence in a game and not
Yeah,
in the real world,
that's
because this is
totally
like,
true.
this guy has the mentality and the drive of a serial killer. Like it's probably a good thing that he's griefing hardcore players and not a member of actual society.
Hey, you raise a good point there. Let's leave him alone.
Yeah.
Don't let the bear know that there's a real world out there.
Yeah. Nobody tell him real people exist. Like we really have to make sure this guy does not find out about actual society, or else it could be trouble.
Yeah, so okay. That was it. That's what I wanted to talk about in the news.
Okay, so yeah, that whole thing was just to set up the tiny violin story.
Well, I thought we'd get the news out of the way as well.
No,
But
yeah,
yeah,
good
no,
point.
I wanted to see it.
So one more, you did talk about hardcore. I don't remember the date, but they've announced a date for the official hardcore solo self-found servers.
Yeah, I think that was part of last week's news, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it? Because I only heard about it like yesterday. So if you said it during last week's news, I wasn't listening.
I don't know if I said
Good.
much, but I would have just passed by.
I don't remember it.
If
Classic.
it helps,
Okay,
I
so
wasn't listening either.
I posted this on
Oh, I don't read any of the news stuff.
February 13th,
February 13th. Okay.
and it would have been older news because I posted all the same day, but
That is 5 days ago. So that is, I don't remember when we recorded last week's episode. Monday, I guess.
the WoW Classic Hardcore Self-Found mode launches February 29th. Monday we did part 2.
Okay. Oh, February 29th. So that's the day. So are you gonna play on it, Al? I am.
Sorry,
I am
excuse me.
not.
No,
No, I am
I
not.
don't know. If it gets too lonely spot, I might find something else just for new content. I mean, the last 28 days, I've more than doubled my viewership on YouTube. I might as well keep pushing the bear.
There you go. People love to watch people suffer in hardcore. That's one thing I've learned. That's the one thing about hardcore that is amusing. It is amusing to me to see how much people just absolutely delight in watching other people die in hardcore.
Yeah. Well, that's just it.
Like,
I mean, I suck. So it's going to be fun to see people come over and watch my videos and totally tear me apart.
oh yeah, they'll
I
be
should
like,
do,
"Why would you do that
and I should do PvP as well.
in hardcore?"
No, I don't think they turn on the PvP in hardcore.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, you're probably right. Why would they? That would be silly. They have the Makaras though, I think probably still. But yeah, I
get
think
into one of those.
because we dipped into hardcore a bit, right? The first time around.
Yeah. And mine didn't stay
And
hard very long.
and you know why? You know why I did that? I shouldn't speak for you and Sam. Do you know why I did that? Because
Why?
I needed a little bit of a change of pace from Wrath. Because Wrath gets dry after a while. I didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because when did hardcore released? Was it at the beginning of TOGC or was it during Alduar? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, it's all
You said-
Dwar.
TOGC. Sam says it's during TOGC.
Oh, I don't actually know. I just wanted to speak with conviction.
Sam needs to speak with conviction into her microphone.
I did.
Oh,
You're just
hi.
you're just quiet. That's all. You're a quiet person sometimes, unless you're talking to me and no one else is around, and then you're terrifying.
Holy shit.
So you're even laughing quietly.
God.
But yeah, like this time around, I have Season of Discovery. Like
said-
the fun what?
You said something about oh man. Wrath being dry.
Yeah,
I heard cataclysm is pretty wet.
Cataclysm is pretty wet. There's a whole underwater zone. Al, how do you feel about the underwater zone?
Josh, how do you feel about underwater? Do you know how to breathe?
I'm gonna need to get a lot of what is it? Scales. I need some scales. I
Fish
gotta
scales?
scale that one out.
Did you hear what Sam said?
Yep. I ignored it for now because I know you're gonna want to touch upon it later.
Yeah, we'll get
But I
to that
told you.
whole thing. We'll get to that whole thing later.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm trying to imagine, why would I want to play like hardcore solo self-found when I can do this? Like, this is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Because it's not stressful. There's nothing stressful about Season of Discovery, and there's barely
Trying
anything
to solo
difficult
it.
about Season of Discovery.
Trying to solo stuff when your friend's gotten all the way up to 40 soloing and he can't do it. And like, I don't want to quest. I want my friend to play with me.
I
I'm
have
crying
been
again.
playing with you.
No, I know. I'm exactly.
I've
Do I
been
look
bringing you
unhappy?
with me.
The tears that are running out of my eyes right now are a result of my constant yawning.
They're
I'm
tears
gonna-
of something else.
I'm going to admit you're not very exciting right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm super tired. I was
Me
falling
too.
asleep
I've been
at
at
work
work all
today.
day.
I
I nodded off at work as well. Hold on a second.
So I might as well just continue in the news. You and I having a friendly little competition in YouTube.
Yes.
If we ever do releases that could coincide with each other, so for example, BFD,
Yes.
we should definitely do some little references towards each other. I definitely intend to link you in a few things, but then people can see both sides. And the reason I think of that is because I'm wondering, did you get my audio file?
I haven't had time. I've been at work all day. I got home. I quickly had something to eat, and then I started doing this. So
think it'll
I've
fit in nicely.
done literally nothing other than that.
If you can sync it up, you might be able to overlap the voices, or you might need to just maybe erase yours and use mine.
Oh, I would do that.
Okay.
I don't want to try and sync up the voices.
Yeah, but I think it'll work fine for you because you would have been getting the same audio I would have been getting.
Yeah, I just didn't have my mic going in, which is a problem
Yeah.
because I wanted my reaction.
Well, yeah, I'm super excited because I want to see your videos from your perspective.
Yes. Well, it's basically
Especially-
just me.
Well, I didn't want to say anything. Come on, we're saving it.
Spoilers. I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out.
Oh,
So where's my notes? I lost my notes because I opened
playing
up something. So did we ever do the whole? Did we talk about what we've been doing this week?
Nope.
So you've been you tell us what you've been up to, and then Sam's going to talk a bit, and then I'll say what I've been up to, and then we'll talk about the big thing we did this week.
Well, I don't. So you wanted me to start? Is that what I got out of that?
Go for it.
I might verify a lot because I'm super tired. I think I'm not sure
Oh,
if I
did I
was
pick up?
30.
Probably Sam.
I don't think I. Is there something going on?
Sam let out just a massive belch and then went into a coughing fit. So
Okay.
that's her contribution to the episode so far.
I just want to make sure she wasn't trying to talk over me because I would have given her the floor.
I'm not going to call that talking. No.
Okay. Was I 30 last time we recorded, or maybe I was just about to touch 30?
I don't think you were 30 yet. You might have been. I don't think you were though.
So just in case this might be duplicate, but I started the Tattered Note quest.
No, yeah, you know what? I think you had done the other quest that dropped that you needed 28 for, but you hadn't started the Tattered Note yet.
Okay, what was the 28?
That
I think
was the one that we all got from Chargala.
I think I'm still doing that one. Can you remind me what that is? Or do you not? Oh, it doesn't matter. So
But
I started-
it was a quest. You basically take it to Undercity, and then you get the follow up in BFD. No, RFD.
Okay, yeah, so I'm there. No, there's the guy outside. I think he's up. You go up where the Tauren are, the bad Tauren, and you go across the pillars, and you got to fight him at the RFD instance somewhere around
Oh,
there.
right. Yeah. Is that part of that question?
It's right where you do the escort.
Okay. Then
So
yeah.
that's right. Yeah, so I did that actually. I found a group.
I
I'm
forgot that was
finding
part of it.
groups. I am finding groups, Josh.
That's the thing. That's what I keep saying because you keep
For
saying
how
you can't
often?
solo, and I'm like,
How
just
often?
there's other people.
Yeah, dungeons are a little different.
How do you find
But
groups?
how often in the outside world have you known me to go out and find a group?
Well, it's different. I mean, if you walk down to the bar downtown and just walked up to some random guy and we're like, "Hey, do you want me to help me kill that person over there?" They'd
No, I'm not
probably
talking about
treat you
real
like
life.
you're insane.
I'm
Like
not
it's.
talking about real life.
Oh, I thought you were.
I mean, wow, how many times have I gone out and said, Josh, can you do this? And then he's like, just find a group. I don't want to. I'm finding
Yes, you do
groups.
say that a lot.
And I'm joining with no trepidation. I'm not worried about what they think of me. And I mean, that's a huge freaking step for me. So I'm a little bit excited. Thanks for bringing that out. So I did that. We hopped across. I got the big snake on there, the Akira or Arikara, I think it is. You know that one where
Arikara.
you
I know
kill the
what you mean.
snake?
I have no idea
Okay.
how to pronounce it.
I started at level 30 quests, which I had to speak to the Tauren that's in the little hole in the wall, the one that gives you the test of endurance, etc.
Yeah.
I talked to her, and I was. That's okay, I'm a little bit out of order, folks. So you will discover where I'm out of order when you go to do it.
You're out of order.
I had to talk to the new NPC that's sitting behind the innkeeper on Freewind Post, and he sends me to a shaman.
So
We
sorry, you're talking about the Tattered Note quest, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
jumping around a little bit about what I did. So I was sent to find a shaman in the world, and I was asking a question, go, what shaman, and then somebody was talking about their warrior quest, and I said, that dude summons elementals. So I went to Terran Mill and walked to where the warriors turn in and do their quest. And sure enough, that's the shaman I needed to speak to. And guess what?
The Cyclonian.
Yeah, he tasked me with going out and killing elementals. Surprise. So I got the wind ones. I remember I told you I needed 10, 10, and 10.
Hold on. What are you laughing at now, Sam?
Nothing. Continue.
Sam's
I wish I could
struggling
see
today.
Sam. I wish I could see Sam right now. So I told you I needed 10 of these and 10 of these and 10 of those.
Yes.
It's 5, 5, and 5, actually.
Oh, that's much easier. It's like half as much.
Sure. Yeah, and people were complaining about the air elementals in Desolate, but I went and found a nice place. I had five drops of what I needed within 7 kills.
Nice.
I started the ones in Swamp of Sorrows, but things were 4 to 5 levels higher than me, and it was just getting deep.
Is
And I
that
said,
like
okay,
the bog elementals?
yep.
I remember that spot.
So I'll need to go back there because I think I can handle them now. And then following that, so what else do I need? So they give me the water. I have the air, the earth. Oh, Badlands. So I'm
Oh.
trying to time this. I'm trying to time this because there are a lot of things that I need to do in a lot of zones for a lot of different things.
Yes.
So when you talk about what you're going to talk about later, I want to touch upon Badlands and I want to kill the elementals for those drops so I can finish that. I got my big rune for level 25. I got that quest. I won't tell you how because I'm going to save that for you. But I got that started. I need drops from elementals. Elementals are in my life. Shaman, eh?
Well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense given the nature of the shaman class.
Yeah. So level 30, level 32, and level 34, I went into Scarlet Monastery graveyard just to try and solo. I can kill some things, but I can't get deep enough to really be effective. However, I've been running it with you.
See, I feel like if you could chip your way in and get into the graveyard, the actual graveyard part, I feel like you could do that. The actual graveyard with the undead is so much easier than the packs of Scarlet stuff.
Graveyard, can I get into there?
So here's one suggestion.
It's the torturer, the boss. The boss is hard to get past.
He's the hardest thing in the instance. He's harder than the last. He's harder than the last boss. Here's a suggestion. Take this as you will. Either do it or don't. It doesn't matter to me. But Kill the first couple mobs, right? The two in the
Yeah.
hallway. Can you do
Easy
the
peasy.
pack of 2 that's just into the left through that first doorway?
Yes.
So kill the pack of 2, kill the Pather. So now you've just got the pack of 4, the boss in 1 add, then 2 packs of 2 after those, right? If you could pop yourself, do you have like a heal over time or anything?
No.
Okay, get yourself a good potion. Buff yourself up, drop some Earthbind totems, run past all those mobs, and die in the stairway up to the graveyard, and then onk. And then just don't go back. I feel like you could solo up there. Because there's packs of 3 non-elites, and all of the elites are singles. So if you're careful and don't get ads, which the Pathers are all pretty predictable. Once you learn where they all go, if you're careful, be wary of the respawn because they do respawn. I think you could probably just solo up there indefinitely until you run out of food and water, because they're much easier than the stuff that you have to get past to get there.
Well, fuck. Why did you not give me this kind of like nugget of wisdom earlier? I could have been doing that. Anyway, that's a good idea. I just using an onk. I always feel, oh, I'm going to use it up, and then when I really need it, I won't have it.
No, well, I mean, what is it? A half-hour cooldown?
I think so.
Just don't die in the first half hour, and you're fine.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
If you have to go AFK. I don't know if you're really worried about fighting without your onk. But that's
no. I mean, literally not having an onk.
Oh, like not having the reagent with you?
Yes.
Oh, well, just make sure you bring enough.
I know that's the trouble. So okay.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say, one more thing on that. That's not exactly what I did, but it's essentially what I did, because like I started soloing in there for experience at 32, which is it's kind of tight because that's about the level of the stuff in there. Like it's not easy to do. But what I had to do was I could kill the first couple mobs pretty easily. I could kill the pack of 2 pretty easily, but that pack of 4 and the boss were just a massive pain. The boss I could kill, but I'd need my cooldown and it was really difficult. So I'd usually skip him because he doesn't drop anything I need. So I had a system for killing the pack of 4. Like basically I would send my pet in, and I would pop my cooldowns and just go nuts to make sure I kill one, drop a frost trap, trap one, and maybe get a second one down, but usually not. And then I'd run to the instance, zone out, come back, and there's only 3. And then I'd repeat that with the 3, and then there's only 2, and then I can just kill the 2. So it would take me a couple zones. Sometimes I'd die to get that pack of 4 down, but then once the pack of 4's down, you're home free. You just go up and you can just fight up in the graveyard and just farm it for experience. It wasn't until I reached probably 35 or 36 that I was able to easily and consistently kill that pack of 4 without having to zone or die. So
yeah, I can't do the pack of 4 because I don't have a tanky pet, and if 4 things are hitting me, I'm dead.
Yeah, but you don't have to, because you can res yourself. So as long as you're not resetting every 5 minutes, as long as you're staying in the graveyard and actually farming the graveyard, just take advantage of that onk, run past and do that.
I'm just thinking with the 3 ghosts, they're not as strong as the individuals, but 3 things hitting me for a while. I don't know if I'd be able to heal through that enough without running out of mana. I need more healing pots.
Because they're non-elites, they're not going to hit you very hard, and your stone skin totem's going to absorb a lot of it. So just make sure you're dropping your stone skin, and they're going to be hitting you. They're just going to be chipping away at you instead of hitting you hard, and you can heal through that.
So yeah, I was doing Scarlet Monastery. We did a ton of graveyard, and the nice blue mace dropped, but that was one of the times you went alone.
I guess what I did with it.
Yeah, like 22 silver or something, 87 silver.
It was like 78 silver or 82 or something.
Yeah. I want 2 of those. Then we've done the library. Library was interesting little learning curve. Now
I feel like I feel like once we focused, we did fine in the library. We did pretty good.
We killed off all of our FK, which I don't know if we did before we did the last podcast, but we killed that off.
Oh yeah, that was well before that.
I don't remember doing that.
we've done a lot of sleeping bag runs.
Did he?
Yes, we did.
I did a duo druid sleeping bag run, and forgot that I could turn into a bear.
With Sam's Druid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we had some guards aggro on us in the lock in the pass, going
Yeah.
into lock mode in. And I'm sitting there taking the shots, and I'm getting dazed. Like, oh, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I healed myself. And there was, if I just turned into a bear, I could have taken so many more shots.
Yes.
But we made it. We
You
got
had
our
a
sleep
second
bag.
Druid that could have healed you.
No, she was up ahead.
Sam ran ahead. Sam's always yelling at me for running ahead.
What
Yeah.
did I do?
Are you joking?
You
You
ran
ran
ahead
ahead.
and left Al to die.
Probably.
So on the final stage, we got to the cart,
Oh, don't even talk about that.
Aw.
and I jumped up. I found a nice sweet spot to jump up. But the first thing I did, I got to the top, and then some mage shot me. Was it a mage? I think it was a mage.
I think so.
And I popped off the cart, and I hugged the
Killing
wall
me,
right
huh?
away. And as soon as I was able to,
Just let me get
I
the sleeping
disappeared.
bag.
because on my druid, but Sam
Did
was
you
up
get up
there, and
already?
she was just trying to continue to jump up, and she's getting nuked down. I said, "Jump down," but
oh,
she didn't make it. She
I
died.
died.
Oh, Sam.
But we were just watching the mage. The mage eventually disappeared. Then we got up there eventually. So I was up there. I was watching Sam say, "Come on, Sam, you can make it. Come on, Sam, you can make it." And then she's like, "No." I said, "Come here, I'll show you." I was so confident. I jumped down, and I couldn't get back
No,
up.
you
Sam was
ran
back
up.
up before I. Like, I was
Oh.
getting mad.
Yes, he jumped up to help me, but then couldn't get back up after I got up.
Yeah,
Oh, where did it go?
I kept inching, but I inched too much, and I'd fall off the cart. But yeah, it was fun nonetheless.
It was very
fun.
frustrating.
It was fake frustration though. It was something that gets to you, but at the end of it all, it's just a video game, and that frustration was more humorous in
You should have
hindsight.
stayed up.
Hear that? He was laughing at your pain, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Rude.
Yeah, my pain too. Except I knew enough to stealth and not die by the mage. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not very good at the game. You've learned this before. I'm not very good.
You're getting better, Sam.
You're getting gooder. No, what are you talking about? You have.
Yep.
I won't talk about it right now. You talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
What
talk
else?
about that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So we did that. I guess I've done a bunch of quests. I got a few quest items for some of my major shaman quests. But one of the biggest things was once again going into the Scarlet Monastery Library. Yesterday with all mere casuals,
Yes.
we had myself, Corlagon, Hibernatia, Bruce Lee, and Hemorrhoids. That's right, I said Hemorrhoids.
That's a solid group.
You would think so, but we're fighting and we're dying. It's like, what's going on? And I was getting frustrated for a minute. And we went
In
back in.
library?
Yeah, we went back in and we're fighting the second pack and we're dying. I'm like, what is going on? And then as we're going in, we finally made it up. We were getting smoked by the Houndmaster. I was like, come on. I was doing this with Josh alone. And I realized, oh, wait a minute. I looked and sure enough, I'm 34. Corlagon's around 34. I might be wrong by a level. I don't really recall. But the other people we had was like 25, 26, 27. Like,
Yeah, everything would be red to them.
yeah, it's like, okay, that makes sense now. We're not doing completely as bad as I thought.
Yeah, this isn't an attempt to brag. It really isn't. But
It
when
is.
no, it's not. This isn't an attempt to brag. When you replace a level 40 hunter with 2 level 25s, it doesn't make up. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
You're not
They
hitting
can't hit
your
anything.
your hibernates aren't landing. We did eventually get the 3 dogs down. No, we got 2 dogs down, but then we died on the other 2. Then we went back and said, okay, this time let's just smoke the Beastmaster we smoked the Houndmaster first. We did. We killed him, but then we died on the dogs and we went
But he was
back,
dead.
but the dogs didn't despawn. So we killed the 3 dogs and we went in and he was gone by the time we got there because things had respawned and we fought our way back through the hallway. All right. So we had to fight our way back up to him.
Yeah, see, the
I mean-
respawn in Scarlet Monastery is so fast.
But Corlagon didn't realize at first. So that's Dimitri. Sorry to our seasoned listeners. Dimitri didn't realize at first that he despawned. He goes, "What do you mean? We got his loot." And I said, "Nope. What you saw there," and Josh, you'd be impressed with, was one of those random blue BOE drops.
Oh, nice. What was it?
It was a group. It was a shoulder. I'll find it out as I'm going.
Oh, was
Oh,
it the
yeah.
shoulder I want?
I don't know what shoulder do you want because we
The one with agility on it?
That was not helpful.
It wasn't. It's the one with the agility on it. Let me look. Scarlet Monastery, trash drops. Oh, was it? Yeah, the flintlock shoulders.
No, it was leather.
Yeah, the flintlock shoulders are leather.
Okay.
If it was the flintlock, that's the only leather show. Oh wait, unless it was the Watchman's pauldrons.
That sounds about right. What are the?
Okay, I was gonna say if it was the flintlock shoulders, I'm coming after you.
No, it was given to Bruce Lee. It wasn't flintlock. It was Watchman.
Okay, I'm okay with that then.
Yeah. So we missed out on it, but we missed out on the dude's gear, on how Master Loxy's gear, but we did get the random blue drop. So somebody got something. But here's the thing that pissed me off the most. On the way out, we were dealing with respawn, and we
Yeah.
were smoking the respawn like never before. Like, why did we not do this well on the way in?
Why
We were a little
didn't
more organized. We were a little more organized on the way out. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes you need a little bit of time to figure out your system and kind of gel with your group.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
always happen right away.
It was fun. Regardless, it was fun. It was fun. I want those shoulders too, by the way, Josh.
The flintlock shoulders.
Yeah, we can buy those, eh?
Those are. Can you?
No, probably not. But I mean,
Um,
in the realm of possibilities, it is available on the auction house.
Theoretically,
Can I
they can be
afford it?
purchased.
Yeah, can I
The,
afford
the
it? No.
really good BOE stuff is ridiculously expensive. Like, there's a lot of cheap stuff that's just not particularly good, but the good stuff is just unobtainably expensive.
Anybody that's listening wondering why would I go into Scarlet Monastery? A, you level really fast, and B, in the graveyard for warriors, paladins, and shamans, you have some books in there you want. So there's the Handbook of Commanding Shout, Testament of Enhanced Blessings, and for me, Revelation of Totemic Projection, which I'm sure I must have talked about last time, but basically I can move my already summoned totems from there to here without recasting them.
I could be wrong, but I think every class has a book of some sort, don't they?
You know what? When I saw a listing, I didn't see every class listed, but
Every
what is
class
that
that I've
called?
gone in there, I've seen the hunter one drop, I've seen the druid
Quality
one
of
drop, I've
life.
seen the shaman one, and I've seen the warlock one, because that's all the classes
Quality-
we've gone in there with. I've seen all of them.
Quality of life books. Wow. Sod. So it says here season of discovery, quality of life books discovered. And oh, by the way, there's a computer I want to get at work. I'm just thinking of it now as this thing slowly goes. Right, it is at $1,500. It's got some money off, but it's going to be marked down to $1,200 next week.
Nice. Is that the one you sent me the details on the other day?
Yeah.
Nice.
3 skill books have been found. 3, they've been found. It doesn't mean there's not more out there, but
3? No, more than 3 have been. I've seen 4
Oh,
different
no.
ones drop personally.
oh, sorry, there's 3 different druid skill books. Okay, let's go. Hunter, you have aspect of the viper. Mage has expanded intellect. Paladin, we don't care. Priest, we don't care. Rogue, redirect guide, which might come in handy. Totemic projection only for myself right now. I still want extended imbues.
Is that's not a thing though, right? Like that's the thing we want, but they didn't actually do that.
Nothing like that's been found.
Okay.
A warlock class runes discoveries, portal of summoning guide, and soul harvesting guide.
I'm assuming if it exists, it would have been found by now.
Okay, so yeah, that's essentially it. That's what I've been doing this week.
Sam, what have you been doing this week?
Leveling with you.
Oh, the
That's
same thing
about
you
it.
did last week. You
What
leveled with
kind
me
of-
too. Well, you didn't
just
level, but
talk for a little bit. Talk about what you've been doing.
I did. I don't know. I did the sleeping bag with Al, which you already mentioned.
Yeah.
Um,
What were you doing with me?
I've seen you log
Uh,
on by yourself a
Rafi?
couple times.
say that again.
Al's
I
seen
thought
me
I
log
saw
on.
you log on a couple times on your own.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I've just been doing quests
What kind of
and
quest?
dying.
Dying's
Um,
exciting. You die in any funny ways?
Well, there was one. It was a short person, so it was either a dwarf or a whatever the other short one is for alliance.
Gnome.
I think it was a dwarf. So I saw him come up. I ran. I stealthed. And you could tell that he knew where I stealthed because then he waved.
Huh.
And then I'm like, okay, he's ran past. He's gone. So I popped back up, started questing again. He came back and killed me.
You know what? Yeah. Was
What's
you
that?
can't spoke? Were you targeted when he waved at you? Like, were you looking at him?
Well, it looked like he was looking at me.
He
Do you
probably just
have
knew like roughly where you were.
on your options? Do you have where you can see the target of target?
I don't know.
Should look into that so that you can see if they're looking at you. You'd see your little portrait underneath them. That just basically means they're looking at you.
No, I don't know.
You probably should. It's pretty normal to have that on.
But sometimes they'll just do a wave and they'll manually type he's waving at you.
Yeah,
but-
that way they're just messing with you when they're doing that.
Yeah, but then he
Yeah.
came back and killed me.
So where was that? You said you did
That
some
was in,
Hillsbrad, right?
Hillsbrad.
So what all did you do in Hillsbrad? Did you do
I've
anything?
just been doing the quests in Hillsbrad.
Even the lower ones?
Even all the gray ones.
And then what did we do together? We did some questing together, right?
We did Shimmering Flats with me.
Oh,
There's
right. Forgot
new
about that.
quests that I need to hand in Stranglethorn, but every time I attempt to go, the blood moon's going on, and you told me to avoid that.
I did, but you can opt out of that, right?
No.
At the boat and the blimp, there's like an NPC with a red drop of blood like hovering above its head.
I just figured they had their period.
No. Oh man, why am I? Oh, I turned me up.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you sounded weird. That is
I meant
is
to
out
turn
of
Sam's mic
same-
up a little bit, and I turned mine up, and I was like maxing out.
yeah, that is the same faction you can opt out of. You can still be PvP by the other faction.
Yeah,
the
but like
NPCs.
Blood Moon is just like wild, and people are less likely to target you. I feel like in Blood Moon, if you're not a giver of blood or whatever, because they can tell that you won't give the reward, right?
I don't know.
They probably can.
I haven't been there yet, but I've been told I should.
You should at 40. I don't recommend it at lower than 40 because
With a good
it's
group.
terrible.
With a good group.
Yeah, apparently, because like the rewards are amazing, but yeah, going there solo at what are you 34?
Yeah, I think so.
Going there solo at 34 is just begging for a bad time.
Oh,
You're
you guys are
you're basically saying I want to have a terrible day, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I do.
You guys are in game. So rude.
Yeah. Told you that from the beginning. I focus better when I'm distracting my fingers.
Keep them above board.
My fingers are druiding right now. Oh, my fingers shifted a little bit, and I accidentally healed myself instead of druided. So what else? What else you been doing, Sam? Did you do anything? You did some SM with me, right?
Yeah.
We were actually
That
getting
sounds
pretty.
cool.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers busy while Sam does SM with me.
Yeah, little S&M.
Do you like it? Do you
Yeah.
like it, Sam? See, nobody can see Sam's face. She's just quietly making faces right now. We did some SM, and we were doing pretty good with the two of us. With my hunter and your druid healing, we were doing pretty good. I feel like the two of us could probably clear just everything, especially once she gets 40. I really wanted to go to ZF with her, but apparently I can't.
Yeah. You can picture it now. You're going to try it anyway. You and Sam are going to run past all the trolls because they're too high level just to run into the instance. You're going to hit the instance like a brick wall, and all the trolls are going to smoke you.
What are you talking about? I'm going to kill the trolls. I could solo those trolls. They're like, what, 45 elites? It's nothing.
I don't know.
It's nothing. So do we want to
There's one thing that I want to talk about, but I don't know when we're bringing it up.
I was just about to say it. I was just about to say, do we want to move on to the other big thing we did this week? Or
Most
do we want to? Oh,
indubitably.
let me go over. Let me talk about what I did this week for a little bit, real quick.
No one cares.
Fine,
care.
we'll just skip what I've been doing.
No, go ahead. Tell us.
I basically, well, a couple things. I got to. Was I 40 when we recorded last week?
Yes.
Okay, so I was already 40. I've been basically just farming SM, trying to get some gear, which I haven't gotten any gear. Nothing cool drops. I got some stuff to sell, but nothing for myself. I've been making decent gold, I suppose. I did get my mount. Bought some greens, trained all my stuff. I'm back up to a couple hundred gold again, so maybe I'll go get Lone Wolf. I made the switch to Melee Hunter. I went and I did the quest with the Dark Riders for my melee specialization rune, which is when you pair that with the dual wield specialization rune, it is just crazy. Like leveling up, I was using mostly beast mastery talents, and I'd send in my pet. I'd have my pet tanking, and I would bow DPS and alternate between bow DPS and healing. So I would go into Scarlet Monastery, for example. If I'd go into Cathedral and solo in Cathedral, some of the stuff like the defenders would take me like a minute to kill because they have like a lot of health. And I guess a fair amount of armor. So like my pet would get aggro, I'd damage them down, heal my pet, damage them down, heal my pet. And it was a whole system. I had to actually like put effort into it. It was exhausting. So once I got my melee specialization and dual wield specialization runes, there was just a maniacal laugh coming from the other room there. I don't know if that picked up. Once I got my dual wield specialization and melee specialization runes, I went back to Scarlet Monastery thinking, okay, my pet can no longer hold aggro on me, so maybe this is going to go poorly. Like maybe I'm not going to be able to do this now. But holy crap, the stuff dies so fast it doesn't matter. Like I go in there, there's the Myrmidon mobs, right? They enrage at 30%. They're only below 30% for about 1.3 seconds. They barely get a swing off enraged. It's literally nuts. Like I think I already went into this. Yeah, I'm worried they're gonna nerf it because it's just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been farming. I actually once I hit 40, because I did basically the entire 25 to 40 dungeon grinding, because I did RFK till like 30 plus, and then I went to get to SM. I have all of the quests open. So I've also been going around and doing all the quests and getting a decent amount of gold from doing quests. I'm working on Badlands right now, getting all those quests done. So it's...
Did you get the gyro chronometon?
I need one. I haven't done that one yet because I didn't want to go spend money on something that I'm doing just for money.
Well, when you say spend money, you mean you don't want to go to the auction house?
Yes, that's what I said.
No, you said spend money.
Well, yeah, that's where I would spend money, though.
So what I recommend, and I've been looking, so I think maybe they took them out for phase 1. Hopefully they may have put them back for phase 2, or maybe just bad timing. But go to Booty Bay.
Uh-huh.
And when you're coming off the boat, you know how you run through straight ahead, that first building, you go right through. There's a bunch of vendors in there.
So let me describe to you how me visiting Booty Bay usually goes.
Oh no, can I finish?
Yes.
So you go through that building, and you're just taking a slight little right, just aim towards the goblin.
Uh-huh.
He sells engineering things, and every now and then, he has a gyro whatever in his inventory, and it's not marked up at auction house prices.
So I did not know that, but
Well, I've only been telling you since Classic WoW, but
I don't listen to people. But yeah, I didn't know I could buy it from a vendor. So here's how my
it's
my
not the only
average
vendor.
It's not the only vendor?
No.
Well, now you know. The more you know, G.I. Joe. So here's how my average visit to Booty Bay goes. See, I get on the boat and I nervously stand on the boat as I approach Booty Bay. And then I get off the boat and I basically go as I run through and I try to get out of there as fast as possible because it's just PvP everywhere.
Okay, so don't go during the Blood Moon event.
Doesn't
Or just
matter. There's
opt
still
out.
Alliance.
They're not going to hit you in Booty Bay.
They're not.
No, the guards are going to attack them.
They
I
are?
mean, some of them might, but it's just like hitting you in
I've been
Ratchet.
attacked stepping off the boat in Booty Bay.
Probably during the Blood Moon event.
I don't know. I basically only go during the Blood Moon event.
When you're off the boat, there's no protection to the Alliance that hit you from the guards. If you initiate combat, the guards will come after you.
I still basically just scream and bolt through Booty Bay. I have no interest in being there.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you
maybe
quest
I'll
in Shimmering
try.
Flats.
I also need some other stuff. Some other stuff. What about Shimmering Flats?
Yeah, you quested in Shimmering Flats.
I did.
So I go to Booty Bay, I don't get attacked. I'm in Shimmering Flats. I'm turning in a quest, and I saw this warrior coming up, but I didn't think twice about it till he charged me.
How much?
My life,
Oh, you know your phone.
and
number.
I attacked back.
but I'm dying.
Say that
I
again?
attacked back, but I don't think my shaman is really built for PvP.
No.
I got a
Oh,
good little
okay.
LOL at him. Well, because by the time I can do anything, what is shaman? Shaman's like, okay, hold on, let me pop out my totems.
Well, you know
Okay.
what I've noticed. Oh, I'll finish your thing. Finish your
No,
story.
it's okay. Go ahead. Everybody got the gist of it. I suck, which I'm good with.
You know what I've noticed since hitting 40? I'm still bad at PvP.
Gray hair.
Well, yeah. I'm still bad. I'm trying not to be super long though. I'm so bad at PvP. I'm still bad at PvP. But now that I'm level 40 and a hunter, people avoid me. Like if I'm running through a zone and I see like a level 40 druid coming towards me, like maybe it's the Moonfire nerf and the fact that I haven't been nerfed yet, but they go into cat mode and stealth and like hide from me. Or if I see a warrior, they like avoid me. Like everybody avoids me.
You know, it might be even
And-
scarier.
What?
Seeing a hunter without a pet.
Yeah. Which
Shit,
I'm
he
gonna
doesn't have a
start.
pet.
I've
Leave him
got-
alone.
I've got the gold back to where I wanted to be to get Lone Wolf. I'm probably gonna go get Lone Wolf. Because that's just gonna be crazy. Like the DPS I was doing, add 30% to that. Like that's
I don't want to.
nuts.
I don't want to.
So, but yeah, and I've also noticed when I do end up getting into PvP fights, I'm doing relatively well. Which again, I give credit to the fact that I hit my buttons and most of the health of the guy I'm fighting is gone like instantly. So yeah, I've noticed that, and it doesn't suck anymore. When it's a fair fight, like if I'm out in the world PvPing, right, and I get attacked by another level 40, it doesn't feel bad. Even if I lose, it's like, okay, but it was a fair fight. Like going out and getting at level 32, getting ganked by a level 40 or a group of level 40s, that sucks because you know you never had a chance. But if it's an even fight and you lose, then you're like, okay, I lost. It's like questing and pulling too many mobs and dying that way. You didn't have to pull too many mobs. You didn't have to die. You had a chance to survive. So it's not nearly as bad when it's a fair fight. Like I don't even mind the fact that I lose sometimes. Probably more often than I win. Like I'm still not good at PvP. But like one story, I was in Badlands because I've been doing some questing in Badlands, and my hunter is a minor. So
Under 18?
Under 18, yeah. Well, no, he's 40 now. It's well over 18.
Oh, just identifies as a minor.
Yeah, he identifies as a minor.
Feel free to cut that out if you think it's going to get us canceled.
I don't. Nobody listens. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm mining, right? And I have a habit of not really paying a whole lot of attention to what I'm doing sometimes, especially when I'm mining, because I'm just sitting there and ding, 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 loot. Ding, 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 loot. I zone out while I'm mining, like it's boring. So I'm just minding my own business, mining this node, and a warrior charges in and starts hitting me. And because I've zoned out, it takes my brain like 4 or 5 seconds to return to the world that we live in and remember where my buttons are and stuff. So I get killed by this warrior. And then as I'm laying there dead, I see him turn towards the iron node and ding, 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 loot. He killed me for my iron, right? So I looked at this warrior and I read his name and I made a mental note of it. And I rezzed, and when I rezzed, he was gone. I guess hopped on his mount and went looking for more ore, which is fair. But I still remembered that warrior's name, and I jumped on my mount and I started also running around looking for ore. And about 5 minutes later, as I'm on my mount running towards an ore node that shows up on my mini map, I see this warrior standing in front of an iron node, just ding, 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 loot. So I walk up behind him. I send in my pet, I shoot him, and I walk up and I just wrecked him. Like, not wrecked him like wrecked him, but like wrecked him as in killed him. And he dropped fast. And I was like, that was satisfying. And then I went on with my day, and he went on with his day, and
Okay.
we didn't see each other again. But
Okay, I
was,
think I want a hunter now.
yeah, it was fun because
Yeah.
we both got each other, we both killed each other, and we both stole each other's iron. And then I never saw him again, and it was just I found it very amusing and fun.
That's hilarious. So speaking of Booty Bay and
Uh-huh.
PvP, so you're talking about your scariness going to Booty Bay. I was on a boat and I kind of AFK'd for a moment.
Hold on a
Is that what
second. You just got really muffled and quiet all of a sudden.
So if you ever see me
Okay,
go
yeah.
like this, it might be that. But here, I'll
Yeah.
stay over here.
Okay.
So I AFK'd a bit going from Ratchet to Booty Bay.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I was zoned in, but there was this rogue backstabbing me. And I'm standing on the boat, and I had to sit down in my chair still. And he's still backstabbing me. I said, okay, this is kind of pitiful, but I'm in Booty Bay. So go ahead. I'm just going to walk off the edge of the boat and swim over. So I did that. He didn't kill me. So shame on a rogue for not backstabbing me when I wasn't there and not killing me. But not only that, every other horde on the boat wiped them out.
It's funny.
I was like, I should have stayed on the boat. I should turn around and hit him. I would add some PvP on her.
So he must have been lower level or something.
I didn't even look. I just knew that I wasn't there. I wasn't ready. He'd already had a good head start on me, kind of like your situation come into the world. So I just walked off. My biggest concern, the only thing that's going to kill me in the water, well, if he chases me, but he won't, and it's if Ripa is there. But Ripa wasn't there, not Kelly.
Who is
but,
Ripa?
The elite rare fish.
Oh, I didn't know there was an elite rare fish.
There's an elite rare fish. But he floats around inside the Booty Bay area there.
Do you know what they call rare fish?
Ripa.
Sushi, because it's undercooked. Rare, rare.
I don't
Rare
get
fish.
it.
Rare. It's raw. Rare.
I get it.
It's a good joke. You might not. You didn't laugh, but it was a good joke. Trust me.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It was a good joke. That Superman song, Solomon Grundy is on again.
Do you still have problems with it?
Should we discuss it again? No, I didn't get it. I am super tired though. It was a good joke. I give you props in retrospect.
I think it was a solid joke.
It's because I didn't equate the rare and the sushi together right away.
You didn't make the connection between rare and uncooked?
Even though the one reason that I don't eat sushi is because I don't like rare fish. Raw fish.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. So anyway.
What was it? Oh, that was me talking about what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. I'm a melee hunter now, and until they fix it and make it bad, I'm gonna continue to be a melee hunter. And I'm determined now. I'm looking through the pre-bis loot, and I'm like, I want to go get this sword, and I want to go get this, and there's stuff I want to get.
I like treasure
finding. Good.
I like treasure finding. Include me.
There is. Sorry, I was interrupting again.
No, I was interrupting.
You're the shaman. You're supposed to interrupt. There's a sword that I want to get.
I was trying to interrupt you.
In
How am I
SM,
doing?
The quest. Yeah, you're doing okay, I guess. There's a sword from the quest in SM that I want to get, and there's a sword that drops in RFD that I want to get.
Yeah, I know that sword. I have that quest.
The SM one.
I have that quest. I can share it with you.
Is there a pre-quest? Because I haven't found it yet.
No, Alliance
have the RFK quest. Oh, it's an Alliance quest.
Alliance have pre-quests. We just got it. Into the Scarlet Monastery.
Where do you pick it up?
It's Undercity, I believe.
So I
But
haven't seen it there. I looked for
if you
it.
can't find it, I have it. I'll share it with you. Or
Okay,
maybe
share it
there.
with me because that I really want that sword because that's like 30 DPS plus attack power, right?
I know that sword.
It's a good sword. And there's another 30 DPS sword in RFD that I want to try and get from one of the bosses. Which, if you and Sam ever get around to leveling, not trying to rush you, not trying to push you, but if you ever get around to it, we could 3-man RFD. I feel like quite easily, or we could bring guildies with us and have like fun.
It's the big demon guy sitting in the throne room.
I was there. I didn't see the quest.
Gonna look and see if there's a. Speaking of leveling,
You're sure there's no
my I'm just double checking. But speaking of leveling, I might not have a lot of time. I have a few days off now. They changed my schedule back to the days I actually requested. So
Oh,
now
nice.
I've contacted my daughter. I'll probably be going away. It is not giving me. It's not giving me any prequests on here.
Huh. Well, I'll have to. Well, I'll get you to share it because I couldn't find it. So
Requires level 33. Maybe you just checked at 32 last.
no, I've been there since. I thought you were gonna say it requires level 33. Maybe you're not high enough.
No, no.
I feel like I might be high enough. Oh, what
I
the
think you're
heck?
pretty high.
Oh, that was stupid. So I'm kind of like I said earlier, um, occupying my fingers, right?
Yeah.
And I got a box, a waylaid supplied box for 10 heavy linen bandages. So I went and made 10 heavy linen bandages, and then instead of completing the box, I walked straight over to a vendor and vended them.
We'll go buy them back.
I did, but I tried to do the box and I was like, why isn't it letting me? And I was like, oh shoot, I vended them. Because yeah, I do that kind of thing sometimes.
That's funny.
So what else do I got on my list? Because I know there's the one thing that I want to talk about that Sam definitely wants to be here. Oh, how are we feeling about our classes? How are you? I feel like I've made it obvious how I'm feeling about my class, but
Well,
how you feeling about shaman?
I feel a little bit bad. Because we went into library yesterday and Corlagon was tanking.
Yeah,
And I put on dual wield. I had tank spec, but I was dual wielding. I had
yeah.
the runes on for dual wielding, but I kept peeling off of him and I didn't like it. I
Oh,
gave him the aspect of the pack or whatever it is, the alpha rune. I made him the
yeah,
alpha,
yeah.
but I couldn't help it. I was peeling off him.
Do you think it would feel better as a class if we were 3-manning dungeons and you were tanking?
Oh, possibly, yeah. If I'm the level, well, if you're not pulling off of me, then definitely yes. If they're just hit me, I'm good.
As you approach 40 and we're killing stuff that's not red to you, I would imagine you'd be able to hold threat.
Yeah. Though
Because
when
you
we
have
were in the
a lot of threat tools.
yeah, when we were in the crypt at the end of I guess it's graveyard. Yeah,
Yeah,
graveyard has a crypt at the end.
yeah,
I kept the shield on and I stayed as a tank because we were getting into a crowded area. We had the 25, 26, and 27. I wanted my molten blast that did that little AoE thing
yeah.
because if they aggroed, I wanted to be able to pull everything. I was chain lightning.
Hmm.
Can't wait for Maelstrom weapons. Um, but yeah, so I stayed with the tank and he tanked. We were just watching both sides as we went down. And I think we actually moved faster that way.
Nice.
But
And
yeah,
I've also seen everything I've seen leads me to believe that DPS shaman wise, enhancement is not good and elemental is.
I have no doubts. But
Or it is better at least, if not
yeah, I don't
good.
play enhancement though, and I like the temp. But if I was gonna go straight DPS, I would have to respec. I'd have to re-gear. I would give elemental a try.
Yeah, apparently it's better. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it
I've been
might not
hearing
be
that
as
too.
fun as meleeing because meleeing is fun.
Well, if you get your spells up and they're doing a lot of damage, and you throw on overcharge on that or overcharge. Oh, I said I didn't know what it was. That let me log back in. That one that lets you shoot two off in a row.
Okay, yeah.
Can you imagine double critting on one of your highest powers?
That would be crazy.
That would be insane.
That would be fun.
That'd be insanely fun.
Would be insanely fun. So Sam is back now because Sam had to wander off for a little bit.
I
Sam, how
know
you
she-
feeling?
I
How you
didn't even
feeling about?
know.
Yeah, I didn't say anything when she left, but she left. How you feeling about Druid, Sam?
I'm enjoying it. Now that I actually figured out how to do it properly, I've been able to solo things by myself.
So you've been soloing, like even with like your resto, because you respect to resto, right?
Yeah, I can't really say much. Most of the stuff that I've been killing has been gray by myself. So
Well,
I shouldn't give myself too much credit.
I hope you're able to kill Greys. I mean, that would be good.
If I get too many on me, then I panic.
Yeah, but
Overload.
mostly your resto druid is really good when paired with a DPS.
Yeah.
Which we've been having fun doing that. Do you still prefer Hunter, do you think?
I don't know. Now that you're like the master at it, I probably won't go back to it because you ruined it for me.
I didn't ruin it.
You played
kidding?
it. You have never played a hunter until this time, and then you mastered it in one phase.
It took a couple weeks and I haven't mastered it. It's just really good
I
class.
played it for years, and you're already better at it than I am.
Okay, that's fine though. It doesn't mean that you can't play a Hunter.
No, it does.
I have a druid too, you know.
Yeah, until you master that, I'll stop. I won't stop.
Okay, nobody tell her I know how to heal as a druid.
Sorry, tell her what?
Exactly. Don't tell her anything. It's okay to still have fun. It doesn't matter if other people are also good at it. We could all play hunters. We could trio hunter dungeons. Can you imagine? Like 3 melee hunters just going into a dungeon? Like everything would be dead before it had a chance to damage you.
Would we not have a? Well, what was that?
I don't know. What did you hear?
Okay, so that must be on my computer. It must be my drive, I guess. Okay.
Oh.
You know when you plug something into your USB and then you unplug it, the doot doot doot.
I've never plugged anything into a USB before. I don't believe in it.
Yeah, it was my drive. My drive dismounted and remounted. Okay, I'm back.
Sounds good. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Oh, we
I
would
said-
need some kind of heals.
Would we though? Because if
Well,
things
I'm
die
doubting
fast enough,
myself.
you don't need healing.
I'm doubting myself with the way you ask that, but yeah, I guess if they die fast enough, for sure.
I mean, we could bring my second account druid on follow just in case somebody needs a heal.
Yeah.
But
We'd
that
have to have a
would
theme
be
song.
wild. Like just the thought of that excites me in ways that Sam can't even do. Like I think that would be crazy.
She doesn't need to
That's
excite you. Now.
rude.
Hey, you're not a hunter. If you were a hunter, you'd excite me too, Sam.
We need a theme song.
We need a theme
Yeah.
song.
Hunters on parade. You know that whole. Yeah.
Was that an attempt to do Rage Against the Machine?
Yes. We're hunters.
The fact
on
that I understood that is not a compliment To
Can
your-
you send
to your
me
rendition of it.
5 heavy hide?
Can I send you why for a box?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can when I'm on that account.
Okay.
So let's get to the last thing on the list because Sam is back and Sam wanted to be involved in this discussion. So we did a mere casuals, mostly mere casuals, BFD run the other day. We had
There's
some
6 mere
guests.
casuals in it.
There was 6 mere
7?
casuals.
7.
Was there
6?
7? I think there was
3?
5.
There
I
was
think there was
6.
6 guildies. I think there was 6
6.
of us. Because it was me, you, and Al. And was
Dimitri,
Bruisley there? Dimitri was there.
Bruisley,
and
and hemorrhoids.
and hemorrhoids.
Yep.
So yeah, there's 6 mere casuals and 4 less casuals.
Was
But
it like
still somewhat casuals.
3 druids, 3 hunters, a shaman,
Yeah.
a warlock, another warlock. I forget what the 10th one was,
Did we have?
but that's not bad memories right there.
Yeah. Did you list yourself?
Shaman.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't. I wasn't absorbing the information. There was a priest, right?
Yes,
The priest.
Look at
Our
that. You see,
fortitude bot,
this
yeah.
trap ain't so faulty.
Yeah. So
But
at least this
I,
time.
I
So
guess
yeah,
it's
we
easy
had
when 60% of your raid is
I think
druids and
hunters.
and hunters.
yeah.
The thing is, I went as a healer. I think I healed once.
Well, that's because we had a level 40 druid who has made his life's work playing druids. Like,
He was really slamming the table in there.
yeah, Table Slam's kind of he's a druid expert. He's a druid master. He instructs other people on how to druid. So yeah,
So I should be talking to him.
you could.
He's
Like
doing the brew.
with him being A, 8 levels higher than you, and B, one of the druids. Yeah, I don't think anyone expected you to out heal him or outplay him in any way. Nobody was expecting that. So
I was
that's
the best
fine.
shaman in that group.
You were by far, like far and away, the best shaman in that group.
And I think I was also the worst shaman in that group.
Oh yeah, we've all been talking about it ever since.
Well,
what-
he did give us water breathing.
Some
I
of
gave
us,
a couple of you.
you'll like it. You will.
It's really fun. Like I had never played Hunter ever, and this whole time I've been like, why did I never play Hunter?
When you get either a water breathing buff or just make sure you surface.
Oh yeah,
Good
what
call.
to buy? Water breathing. Love you.
Oh shoot!
Oh, yeah.
I am drowning too. Oh
Yeah,
crap.
it happens fast. Yes, it
Oh
does.
shit, Josh.
Oh no. Oh,
I was
it's
like, what
okay.
is that sound? And I drowned.
You were booned.
Water. I couldn't. My interface. Oh, I'm so mad at my interface. I don't have raid frames. I couldn't target you. I was trying to target you individually. I was okay. Enough of this. But I did miss at least one person.
I
that
don't understand how your interface is so messed up. Like it's crazy.
I can
But,
clip that little piece of my VOD. You can see it.
I believe you. I just don't understand it.
So I
So
tried
some
to reset it, and I'm just gonna break this in really quick. But then I also noticed I'm going around. It's like, how come I'm getting lost? How come I'm getting? Oh yeah, I reset it. I had no nameplates up. Back to you, Josh.
Oh yeah, you need
How do you
nameplates.
play with no name?
I can't function without
I
nameplates.
can't. I can't. It was chaotic.
So there's a few takeaways from that raid because we went basically for an experience and maybe get some gear kind of run. We had some level 40s. I think we had a couple 26s, but most of the raid was 30 plus. So I was expecting, I even said ahead of time, I was expecting that we would just roll the whole thing. Like just roll through and just wreck everything. I didn't think it was going to be a challenge in the slightest bit. What I found hilarious was that before each boss, we spent, I would say on average, about 10 times the length of the fight explaining the fight. And I'm just sitting there the whole time because, I mean, they were great explanations, and I did enjoy hearing how to do these bosses properly. And Table Slam explained most of the bosses, and he did a great job of it. I feel like I knew what to expect for those 8 seconds before each boss started. And then we'd go and we'd engage the boss, and it would just melt, and no one would really take any damage. And then we'd just have our loot, and it would be like, okay, well, that was easy. And I just thought it was so funny. The one boss that I think we spent so long explaining the one boss. I shouldn't say we. I explained nothing because I don't know what I'm doing. We spent so long having one boss explain to us that people had to take their food buff a second time because they ate their food buff, their 15-minute food buff. Then we started having the boss explained to us and discussing the boss, and then their food buff wore off. So we had to eat food again before we actually fought the boss. And
Was that the Twilight boss where we were people usually have the 4 candles?
No, that was the Murloc one, the one with the Murlocs that during the 3 phases,
Oh,
the
that's
intermediate
chaos.
phases. It's
But-
what?
That's chaos when all those shadow Murlocs come out. But I'll tell you something. I thought it would be harder than that. I avoided most of those Murlocs. I was like a little bit impressed with myself. Like I hit by only one, I think.
Yeah, well, I knew it wasn't going to be hard because that's one of the few bosses I remembered from doing it before. And I was like, okay, I knew that if I ran where they told me to the edge, that it's actually quite easy to avoid the Murlocs. So the whole time it was being explained, I'm just thinking to myself, can we attack the boss now? Can we attack? I want to kill the boss now. Can we attack the boss now?
Why didn't you just Leroy Jenkins did it?
Because here's the thing. I didn't want to interrupt Table Slam because he was doing such a good job explaining. I
Oh,
didn't want to be
okay, yeah.
like, "Can you please shut up and not impart your wisdom
Yeah,
towards
okay,
us?"
yeah. I
didn't
wouldn't want
wanna
to
do
interrupt
that.
Table Slam either.
And on the other and as an additional point, every time Table Slam took a breath, Bob would speak about 400 words. So there's no spot. There's no spot in between there. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
funny.
was thinking when I said Leroy Jenkins. I would never interrupt Table Slam.
Well,
He's been too helpful to me.
Dimitri did on the one boss. Did you see that?
No.
It
He
was
just
one of
went-
the easier bosses, and it had been explained, and then we started rehashing, and he was just like, "Well, I'm going in," and he just went and attacked the boss, and nothing bad happened. We just killed the boss. It was fine.
I like Dimitri. Dimitri is kind of a good player to have around, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was great though because I was watching him and I could see him, like after the initial explanation, I could see him like
Edging
on his
towards it.
keyboard, just like he'd take a step, and then he'd take a step, and I'm thinking to myself, he's gonna do it. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. So I start edging forward because I want to get in there and I want a DPS, right? And I see him, and then he just runs, and I was like, we're going in, and then we went, and it was
He's
fun.
gonna be our teeny violin one day,
Yeah, except it's not hardcore, so nobody cares.
and he's not psychotic. He's just fun.
Yeah, there's a fine line. It might even be a thick line. I don't know. I feel like it's a thick line
You pick
between
the fine
psychotic.
line to cross to me, Dimitri.
Is that
4 DPS and a heals beside me. Sorry.
Oh,
picked a
I
fine
forgot
time
to
to leave
grab
me.
I forgot to grab the flight path when I was in Thunder Bluff, and now I'm in Crossroads, and I don't have the Thunder
You
Bluff flight
automatically
path.
have it if you're a druid.
What
Do you?
what are you
Yeah.
playing that you don't have a Thunder Bluff flight
Oh,
path?
never mind. You get it automatically as a druid.
Did I actually know something?
I don't pay attention to these
Oh,
things.
were you
I
coming
also
from
don't like
Moonglade?
playing-
Oh no, wait.
No, I'm coming from Mulgore. I'm a
Oh,
druid.
that's a story to tell. Al,
What?
when we were playing and we hearthed to or teleported to Moonglade.
Oh, I wasn't here for
So-
this. Tell the story.
So do you want me to tell or do you want to tell?
You're a better storyteller. You tell it.
I'll give parts of it and you give parts of it. I'll start it off. How's that sound? So
Okay.
we're at one of the distant places. I said, well, instead of her thing, we're both druids. Let's just go to Moonglade and we'll take a flight path to here. And then we'll still have our hearth up. So we go to Moonglade and we run all the way down to the flight master with another NPC following us. So we get to the flight master and Sam.
We have no connecting flight paths to that one. So we ran all the way down there for nothing.
No, it wasn't for nothing. We did have some pleasure in it. Because
well, yeah,
we're
because the other
druids.
guy following us.
We are druids.
Yeah.
So we can talk to the flight masters that just send us to Thunder Bluff.
Yeah,
So
that's
we did
true.
extend our time. The other guy wasn't a druid. He just happened to be there. He went all the way down
Yeah.
to the flight master, and all you see is WTF. And I just laughed. I said, you know what? He does not have the other option that we have. This is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So you can take that flight to Thunder Bluff even if you don't have the flight path.
The druids have flight paths for
Yeah.
Horde.
Yeah.
Talk to him. They send you to Thunder Bluff. It's like
Okay.
it has an
I was gonna-
in-flight movie.
Flight.
I was gonna say I was pretty sure it was direct to Thunder Bluff. Like I know
Yeah.
the other one. I think you need Ashenvale, don't you?
Yeah. You need something. We'll figure it out. No, because I had Ashen. Yeah, I had Ashenvale. Or did I? I don't remember. All I know is that flight comes with an in-flight movie and a meal. It's long. But
Maybe as Shara. You might need a Shara or Felwood.
I think Ashara is the one.
Might be.
I think Ashara is it. But in for Alliance, it takes you right over to the docks of Darnassus.
The docks of Darnassus.
Well, you know, you go into the tree and you're over by
Oh,
where
I
the
know what
boat
you
is.
mean. That sounds like something. It sounds like a Led Zeppelin song or something. The
We should
docks
make
of
a Led Zeppelin
Darnassus.
song.
I don't
Except
think
if we make
can
it-
because we're not Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Sam, that was a fun story.
That was funny.
We could make an Orgrimmar Zeppelin song. That could be our new band, Orgrimmar Zeppelin.
No. Oh, that was Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, because waiting for them sucks and we get mad. So let's finish because we have a little bit more to say about But our BFD run, I got sidetracked. We all got sidetracked.
Yeah.
I
There
forgot
was
about that
my
story when I
there was my swimming buff, my swimming death early on, which when we entered the instance, to Bob's credit, he said nobody unboon their world buffs until we've killed the second boss, because it sometimes kills people. You want to be safe and all this. He's like, so don't pop your pots or unboon your buffs until after we kill the second boss. And I was like, I was tempted to do it anyways, because I was like, nobody's
Just not
gonna kill
listen?
me. I can't die in here. So I was like, I'm hovering over it, and I was like, no, because I don't need it. And if I waited to unboon it, then I would have had some world buff after anyways. So like it would have been better to keep it. So I didn't unboon it. Then as soon as we get underwater, I of course still have mild wrath brain. So I'm used to like how long does your breath last in wrath? Like 18 minutes? I think it's about 18 minutes. You can be underwater before your breath runs out. It's a ridiculously long time. So I get underwater, and as somebody's saying, don't forget to watch your breath because it goes away faster than you think, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I should pay attention to my breath. And I look and I see my health bar dropping, and I'm at like 10%, and then, and I die. And I was like, oh.
It was dropping like a rock in water.
It was funny.
Yeah, like last second I saw it, and I like hit spacebar to swim up. I don't know if do people rebind it so it's not spacebar? Am I sounding like a noob by saying it's spacebar? I hit spacebar to go up, and I was of course under the overhang, so I just hit my head on the rock anyways, and I wouldn't have made
I
it.
didn't know that. I gotta
So
see that clip.
I was just I was gonna post it as a clip, but I messed up my audio, so I needed to steal your audio. I haven't had a chance to do it yet.
Yeah, it's a
But
good thing you and I would
and
have the same audio.
I'm just dead, and everyone's like, "Oh, Will's dead," and I was like, "Yeah, it's funny," which it actually kind of was.
It was funny.
It was kind of funny.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Annoying, but it was funny.
I was our first death, and the thing is, I didn't unboon my world buffs, but I had popped my strength and agility potions, so I did have to reapply my strength and agility potions.
And then they started bringing up things that I didn't even think of, which is consumables.
Yeah, well, I wanted to, and they called me out. They knew. They could see right through me from the start. They're like, you wanted to bring your shaman to show off your DPS, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, I totally did.
You didn't have a shaman.
No, hunter. I'm not used to playing a hunter. I'm not used to playing a shaman either, I guess. But they're like, you wanted to bring your hunter to show off your DPS, and I was like, yeah, I did, because I spent the entire day like preparing so that I could be like just go completely nuts on the DPS. Like I spent a couple hours running around doing my melee specialization quest because I was like, I need to get this done right now because I want this for the raid. I want to show off. And then I went to the auction house and I bought some like slightly upgraded gear, and I bought like consumables and like stuff. And I was like, okay, I got to go into this with stuff. Like I'm going to do this. I stopped just short of spending like 50 gold on getting Lone Wolf. If I had gotten Lone Wolf, I would have done even more damage because I still had my pet out because I didn't have Lone Wolf, and my pet was only level 32. So like I wasn't getting the kind of pet damage that I should have been at 40. So so I had fun showing off my DPS. And then Bob had to kill my buzz at the end by being like, Josh only parsed 29% amongst people his level. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I don't have the previous raid gear or Lone Wolf or a pet. Like, yeah, I know. Let me have my 71. Thing.
You had your pet there.
I didn't have my pet was 8 levels under leveled. My pet might as well have not been there. I would have been much better off with Lone Wolf.
I parsed 71 doing DPS with tank spec. I guess, is that good? I don't know.
It's fine. Yeah. It is good, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Bob really pumped it up, but I think he was just pumping it up for me. But
it is good. Like it is definitely not bad. It's good, but that is comparing you to other level 32 shamans. So people basically in the same boat you are, midway through leveling, going there for experience. So you are in the 71st percentile of people in your position, which is good. That's still good.
So Bob was really pumping me up, and you just poked a pin in it. Good.
No, I'm saying
No, I
that's
know. I'm just
still
bugging.
good.
I'm bugging. Yeah.
But he made a point of comparing my DPS to like level 40 raiders. I was like, of course it's going to be low. I haven't prepared that much for this.
I wonder
But
if I actually go in prepared to dual wield and actually do some damage, how much better it would be. That one boss, I did have to slow down though to make sure my interrupts were ready to go. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of buffs I didn't throw on him.
Well, just think if you had gone in there with proper spec and brought some consumables and did all that stuff, you were at 71% without all that. You would
Yeah.
have been at like, I don't know, higher than that. 90,
Yeah,
95? Like,
So my druid has gone out. I've gotten the shadow protection pot. He had the free action. I did a little bit of math. I've created a bunch and sold them just to profit myself back up to where I should be. But I can now create them, and just by buying the stuff, I'll be selling half and using half. So we have some consumables,
nice.
or at least I should say I have some consumables.
Consumables have been had.
But yeah, we can farm that, and we should look
So-
at other consumables. We should look at what we need for other phases for future on and start farming that stuff too.
We should, absolutely. But before we get too far away from BFD, Sam has one more story.
Yes, she does. It's kind of
Um,
infectious.
I had to make sure that wasn't like the word of what it was. I don't know what you mean by infectious, but I don't even know how to start the story.
Well, what did anything cool happen in BFD from your perspective?
So I got a new staff, which I feel guilty rolling on. And I know everyone says I shouldn't, but I do. But the only time I have ever seen an epic drop, I won.
Did you not see any epics in Wrath?
No.
You did Nax with us.
What about the
Your-
was it Black Icicle or something?
Your character is wearing entirely epics
Really?
in Wrath. Yeah. Like all of your gear is epics. This is the first time you've seen an epic in Classic.
Sure.
It is.
Okay.
In Classic or in Sod?
In Sod.
not
Yeah,
get-
sorry. So yeah, in Vanilla. Well, no,
But
she had
anyways,
epics in
I
Vanilla
still
as
feel
well.
guilty on rolling because I technically already won a new staff.
Well, yeah, that's tell that part of the story. That part's actually funny.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't going to equip it yet. And Josh is like, equip it. Do it. Like forcing me to do it.
I didn't force you. I was just like equip your new staff because she won a blue staff off one of the bosses. I don't even remember which one it was.
I
It
don't
was like
remember either.
it was good. It was an upgrade, and I don't think someone else might have won it. I don't know if anybody even rolled against you on it, but it was good. And I was like, you should put on your staff, and you were like, oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't have to convince you. I was just like, put your staff on, Sam.
So then I was like, anyways, did it. And then I rolled on the purple. I won it. And then someone's like, didn't you already win something? So that's when it made me feel guilty again.
Well, they weren't saying it like you shouldn't be rolling on that because you already won something. They were saying it like, oh, if you didn't equip the other thing, pass it down. Nobody was mad that you rolled on the staff.
Was that
We're
the
all happy for
McConnell
you.
sounding dude?
What?
I don't know.
I didn't hear
I'm not. I can't do voices. I have no idea. I listened to the voice you sent me, and I was like, I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
But yeah, I got the first mere casual epic.
Oh yeah, that's true too. That's the first epic in the entire guild.
Yeah.
Unless
Saw
someone's
it.
bought a BOE, which I don't think anyone has.
For Sod.
So what's it called?
Oh, I just logged out.
Oh.
Why are you logging out? I thought we were gonna play when we're done this.
Oh.
Well, we need to put someone to bed.
It
Oh.
is called the Rod of Ancient Sleepwalker.
The Rod of Ancient Sleepwalker. And it's a good staff. Like, the
Um,
thing is, unless you go do Nomuragon, how are we saying it? Nomuragon?
Sure, no,
Sure.
we're gone.
I've been saying it wrong, and I'm trying to get it right. Unless we go do Nomuragon and you get really lucky and get a really good drop, That's going to be the best staff for this entire phase as well. Like none of the dungeons we're going to do, you're not going to get better. You can't buy better on the auction house. That's a really good staff. And it's cool that you have it. And it's cool that that you switched from feral to balance / resto because
Or I
it's
wouldn't
actually
have
good for
gotten
you.
it.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have rolled if you were a feral druid. You wouldn't have rolled on that. And we'd still all be laughing at your crappy blues and greens.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm kidding. But yeah, it's cool that you got that. So yeah. Anything else before we finish this up? Because I feel like we need to get going.
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
No,
I got
we-
nothing.
I think we actually so excited about what we did. We talked about it during the pod.
Yeah. Well, no. I think we got. I think we
oh.
got everything. I think we're good.
Questions?
We don't have any
Oh,
podcast
did we have any
questions.
podcast questions?
Yes.
We do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do.
What do we have? Pull them up real quick. We'll do them real quick.
I think it was from Falcon Mick.
Oh, we do.
Are you waiting for me to say them, or are you going to say
Oh
them?
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
you
I thought
found.
you were-
Oh,
you-
unless Sam, do you want to read them? Because Sam usually reads
I'm
the
working
podcast
there. I
questions.
forgot that I moved podcast questions to the sod topic and right
Oh,
out of the
well.
outside.
There's one here from Loss.
Lossy.
Can Sam give Al some tips to be less creepy at work so he can get a girlfriend?
Based on a comment in last episode, which I don't know what the comment is.
I don't remember
but
the comment either.
No, it's you telling stories about saying stuff to coworkers. I think.
Yeah. No, the
And then he
coworkers I
says,
talked
scratch
to
that question. It'll cut into
Yeah.
your wild time.
because of what I said. I said, not looking for a girlfriend. Too much trouble.
They are.
But the girls I talk to at WoW, they're good with me and they're
At work?
fine with me. And at work, and they're not girlfriend material because most of them are half or less my age. Half or okay.
Half or lower.
Words are hard.
Yeah, they are.
Half my age or lower. There's one girl I was talking to, and I said, you know what? You're younger than both of my daughters.
Huh.
He's like, yeah. So that sucks. No, I didn't say that. But
Whoops.
no, and we have some of the best conversations in there. She's lots of fun to talk to. There's you're a photographer. I still talk
Yeah.
to her, but she's not half my age. She's a little bit older than that. But again, she's married. Yeah, no, there's lots of girls, but like I said, they're all young. They're all little. There's one that was so excited that she turned 19 last year. Yeah, no. Her
That
birthday must
feels
be
so
coming up.
weird. That's so
It
long
is.
ago.
I've been working with people. I work with people that my ex used to babysit.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I worked with somebody a year or two ago. That I had been working for the organization that I work for longer than that person had been alive. Because I
Yeah.
am now, and there's still people. There's more people now that I work with, because I've been working at the place where I work for 24 years now.
Do you know
And I
That
end up
was-
working with 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
if
I was already
if,
working there when they were born.
if I am still there in 5 years, I will have the high potential of working with people who weren't even born when I started working there.
Well, there you go.
Well, there's at least 2 people I know that at my work that have been working there longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, but those are old people. I'm not old.
The people that work there,
I know. That's what I'm
not
saying.
the people that live there.
Some of the people that work where you work are old ladies,
Yeah, they are
grumpy old ladies
very grumpy.
that just can't let go.
Nope.
So I've discovered a nice little retirement. I've made a retirement plan. I can actually retire.
What is your retirement plan? Work till you die?
I'm going to retire and I'm going
With
to
your
live in my
daughters.
car.
In your car?
Yeah.
That's going to be so hard on your back.
Well, I'll get a bigger vehicle. I'll get a bigger vehicle
Yeah.
so that I can like put a bed in it and everything. And things I'll just
Like a
drive around
van.
and
You do
park.
some van living.
Yeah. And you think, what are you going to do when it's cold? Well, I'm retired. I'm going to drive and live on the beaches of Florida.
There you go.
And then when it's warm up, I'll come back up. I'll park in your driveway. I'll use your Wi-Fi. I mean,
Or washing machine.
Al, you would fit right in Florida.
right? I mean, who needs to have the big house? I think I'll be in a car. I can go wherever the frick I want.
Can we do that when we have no kids?
You can do
I'm not
anything
going
you
to
want with no
Florida. I don't
kids.
go anywhere near Florida. I'll go to California maybe.
Okay, I'll go there. You want to retire with me? Just sell
I
everything.
feel like
Buy a nice vehicle.
I'm behind a little bit due to me not being quite as old as you.
No, but you'll be able to retire at the same time with this
Maybe.
plan.
Hopefully.
With this
If
plan,
the-
you can retire at the same time. Just get a vehicle you can live in. What do you need? You need a place to sleep. You need a computer. And a
I
small
need
place
good
for food.
internet.
There's internet everywhere in the world now.
Is
Hell,
it good internet though?
Get a good phone plan. Just go off your phone.
Oh, maybe. I feel like I got. Oh my, I'm yawning now.
And
I
I'm
feel
kind of
like I got
halfway
a couple
serious.
more years before I can do that.
I'm kind of halfway serious with this plan. Kind of halfway serious. I'm
Quit
thinking
your job and live in your car.
Can I read the podcast?
retire from my job.
Oh,
'Cause I'm gonna
Sam's
look-
got another. Sorry, Sam's got another podcast question though.
We can talk about Al's retirement plan if you.
Yes, finish your retirement plan story. We just
That was it.
we do need to get someone to bed.
That was it. I don't have to work until I die. I can drive
Live in
somewhere.
your car.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
solid
fucking
plan.
Nick.
What's the
Fucking
next
Nick.
If you went to WoW prison, what would your crime be? Past or present in-game offenses, or maybe you've been planning some in-game crimes, maybe ganking gray lobies or stealing that mining node from the guy who just took the node down beside it. Why are you looking at me?
Is that actually in the question? Stealing a mining node from somebody?
Yeah. Or what's your worst in-game crime and how many years are you getting?
Were you here for that
question-
story? Because I literally just told the story about killing
That
somebody
question.
and stealing their ore.
That question is almost word for word asking what you've already explained.
Yeah.
So how many years are you going then?
I don't
getting-
feel like that should be a crime.
Do you know what I was
No,
thinking today?
It's slightly different.
What?
I don't know like how it would intertwine with this question. But okay, we're on a PvP server.
Yes.
So we should be able to kill the person and steal their equipment.
I have said that before on this podcast.
Really?
Oh,
That would be cool.
Ultima
did that.
Online.
EverQuest did that way back in the day. There have been games that have done that, and it was fun.
Like it would
/
suck
terrible.
because I have that epic and I die a lot.
Yeah, I would not want to lose my stuff.
In some games, there's certain protected slots, and weapons might be one of them.
Okay.
But what you could do is you could have it so when you killed someone, you could loot them and take a portion of their gold,
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
I have enough
see-
for that amount.
or inventory items, like maybe one inventory item.
Okay.
So a
see-
non-equipped piece of gear, maybe.
Okay.
Because then you'd have to think. You'd have to think carefully of what you bring with you. You'd have to put money in the bank. You'd have to put unused
Can you
gear
put
in the
money
bank.
bank?
No,
Okay.
but they'd have to set it up so you could.
Okay,
Mail it to
I'm
an
behind
maybe.
that. You can actually portion out your money. I think there might be a way to do it. I don't know. But no, I'd be behind that. If you have to manage your stuff and put stuff in the bank, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that would be
See,
kind of fun.
That's what I was thinking about today.
Why were you thinking
So-
about that?
I don't know because I wanted to be able to kill somebody and steal their shit because they kept killing me.
You
See,
can
that would
do
add a
something
whole
to-
nother dimension. That would be kind of fun.
You can loot players in some PvP, Alterac Valley, for instance.
Well, yeah, but all you get is pictures of gnomes and stuff.
Well, you get like the drops that you hand in for reputation.
Oh, those two, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
So
Like
what would your
I've
crime
always
be?
enjoyed that. Yeah, Al, what's your WoW crime?
Okay,
What
so I
you go
got
to jail
two.
for?
I couldn't answer this question, but I actually have two I can think of right now. So
hold
one,
on before you talk. My crime involved a minor. Does your crime involve a minor as well?
That sounds wrong.
Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
no, I don't think so. So, do you remember when I said, "What does it matter if you get better? If things die, they die. We got to stop bugging people."
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had that going through my mind right now. I knew you were going to say that. But you know what time period I'm talking about?
Yes.
both you and Bob got on my case about it, and I hated you both for it, but like a very low level version of hate.
Yeah.
Just, and I'm exaggerating when
Were
I say
we
the word hate.
wrong though, Al? Really?
Here's the thing. What I get, I'm calling it a crime, Josh. So am I thinking you're wrong? No, not really. Here's the thing. Or here's the crime. I don't know, apathy. We'll call it apathy. A crime
Yes.
of apathy. Now, I would be a nuisance. So what I'm doing, and Dimitri is laughing his ass off at this last night, but when we're in Scarlet Monastery and when we have to poke our head out for something, I say, okay, just let me know when you're ready to go in. So he goes, okay, we're ready to go in. I shoot an alliance and I run in the instance. We're not killing him rather than just being a nuisance. He's like, are you just like shooting him and running in? And I said, yep, can't go out for 5 minutes now.
Yes, you've done that literally every time we've gone to Scarlet Monastery.
I'm
You're
just
like,
a pain
tell
in
me
the
when
ass.
it's reset so I can hit somebody.
I'm a hit and run coward is what I am.
You're a hitman.
I'm a hit and run. Well, no, they don't die, so I'm a very bad hit man. But yeah, I'm a hit and run coward. You can call me a coward. I'm good with it. That
So you're
man's yellow.
saying your crime used to be that you were apathetic, but now
No,
you're
I'm just
pathetic.
Beat you too.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
All right.
it.
Is that the last podcast question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, Sam. Sam, your crime.
I don't know. I just want to steal stuff
She
from
said
people.
she wants to kill people and steal their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
didn't
don't
realize that was
know,
a crime.
like, what's your worst in crime? How many years would you be getting? Mine's murder, so probably life.
I would just
I
be
don't
put
know.
in till the next morning when I've sobered up.
This is the world of Warcraft. I feel like murder is borderline encouraged.
For the first crime, I'd be sentenced to psychiatric help, apathy. For the second, they'll just put me in the drunk tank till I sober up.
There you go. Put where you belong. All right. So nobody's got anything else left to say?
I don't think so.
All
No,
right.
we're good.
So remember, folks, in the game of life, may your critical hits be frequent, your saves always successful, and your respawn timer short. Until next time, keep gaming and keep it casual.
That's outrageous.
Every time.
Oh, sweet. I just got the Nomeron buff.